Well, we're getting ready to go into one of the most exciting weeks the city has, and that's our Week of Valor. One of the earliest and easiest decisions that our team was faced with when I came into office in 2011 was to bring back the Veterans Day Parade. And when we talk to people like Wayne Hedinger over here, say, Wayne, what's the deal? Why isn't the parade around? Or General Silverthorne, it's like, I don't know, let's just do it. And what a great thing it's been for our city. For some reason, it had lapsed in our city history, but we said we're going to find a way to do this. And honoring our veterans is very important and has never been more relevant. And that's why we will have a Veterans Day parade in Louisville every day on November 11th for as long as I have anything to do with it. And the team just keeps growing year after year. We should all know, but I think we have to be reminded because only about 1% of our population serves in the military. Now, when we add veterans, it gets larger than that, but the facts are it's just not a broad swath of our society participates. So we have to make sure that all of our citizens understand the importance of veterans and active duty, and especially our kids. We should all recognize that the freedoms of our great country are available to us because throughout our history it's been brave men and women who have stepped forward to join the military and have sworn an oath to defend and protect the United States of America and to keep all of us safe and all of us free. And a lot of folks did that, most everybody did that, knowing that it could cost them their lives. And for some, obviously, it did. For others, they live with the consequences of their service every day of their lives. I want to also note that our active veterans come from different places and different backgrounds themselves, each with his or her own values, beliefs, and perspectives, but they work together, finding common purpose in the work of serving our country. And I think that's an example that's especially relevant today as we passionately and publicly debate questions about the future of our country, and debates we're able to have because of the freedoms that our veterans have afforded us these past 241 years in the history of our country. In Louisville, our appreciation for our veterans led us to the realization that we need to do more as a community. That's why we worked with the Veterans Community Alliance of Louisville, also known as VCAL, to establish this great Week of Valor, because one day of honoring the service just on Veterans Day was not enough. VCAL and the Week of Valor Committee have met the challenge once again this year. Now in its fourth year, the Week of Valor has grown to 9 days over nearly 3 weeks, featuring a wide variety of activities and events starting this Saturday, November the 4th. And we're asking everybody across the community to find some way to recognize, support, and honor our veterans. I want to thank all of the sponsors and organizers of these events, representing government, businesses, nonprofits, community groups, and others for their passion and dedication. And we know honoring and assisting our veterans is something we have to do 365 days a year. That's why we have a Louisville Metro Office for Veterans, part of the Office for Resilience and Community Services. As head of the Veterans Office, John Miles serves as the Metro Liaison for VCAL and the Week of Valor. And John, we're very grateful for your work. Thank you very much. When you think about, too, how do you transition from saying words to getting things done? That's really the key. My team here was one of the first teams in the country to sign on to the Mayor's Challenge to End Veterans Homelessness in 2014. It was a challenge from the White House, and it also came with some resources, housing vouchers. Working with VCAL, the Coalition for the Homeless, and other community partners, I'm proud to say we achieved and continue to maintain functional zero, is what we call it in Louisville, meaning that we are housing homeless veterans as fast as we're able to identify them. We've also seen a 23% decrease in the number of veterans entering the homelessness system in the last year. When we started, we identified 370 homeless veterans in the community. We were able to get them all housed as the second quickest city in the entire country. That's something we're proud of, and we keep it going. The team from Louisville Metro Housing Authority, Family Health Centers, Volunteers of America, and the VA Hospital are working together to make this happen. Once again, it's just a great job where everybody comes together. We want to let our veterans know that in Louisville, we get it. We understand that the price of freedom is high, and our veterans are the ones who've paid it. So we want to do our part to help pick up that tab. And we also want Louisville to become a destination city for even more veterans who may be separating from the military and looking to transition to the next stage of their careers. We're working with Where Opportunity Knocks on that with a goal of connecting and transitioning veterans and military spouses to jobs here in the Louisville area. We've had some good results. 3 years in, Where Opportunity Knocks has helped about 6,000 veterans get jobs with Louisville area companies, and we're looking for more. We have 30,000 open jobs in the city right now, and I'd like to see veterans fill as many of those jobs as possible. Connecting more veterans with job opportunities obviously is good for our businesses, it's good for our city, and it's great for our country. The willingness of brave people to serve and sacrifice for this country and the freedom of its citizens is an essential part of the American character. It's part of what makes America great, and that spirit is certainly alive and well in our city. You can see that in the number of Week of Valor events because it keeps growing every single year. Again, I want to thank the sponsors of all of our initiatives aimed at supporting veterans and their families, as well as the sponsors and organizers of all of our Week of Valor events. And once again, thank you to all of our veterans and active duty service members for taking that oath and for your service and sacrifice on behalf of our country. We will be forever in your debt. There's a bunch of folks that come together to make this week happen. Dr. Richard Brown is chairing once again this year's Week of Valor. He was the chair last week again. We appreciate you stepping up for year 2. Dr. Brown is Director of Veterans and Military Services with Bellarmine University, and he's also an Air Force veteran. Please welcome Dr. Brown.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm here, to play my role here. I want to thank Mayor Fisher, distinguished guests, members of the press here, and I also like to thank the members of the Mayor's Office and the Week of Valor Committee team for their commitment this year. It's been truly a team effort pulling this together. It takes a lot of people to make this happen. And I'd like to point out a few people here. John Miles, the mayor has already pointed out, he has been instrumental in making things happen, coordinating things, and also when we had a few roadblocks and little pebbles here and there, he was able to get us through those things. Sheila Brookins, and Anya Hong, Stacy Norris, Robin Williams, they were all involved here in making this thing. They were all part of the committee, the other committee members, and I want to single out also Paul Schulte, who I roped into this year to help out. His service has been invaluable. A special shout out also is the liaison for me has also been Debbie Belt in the Office of Resilience and Community Services, doing a great job for us here. So normally I stand here and I'm talking to students and they're not allowed to leave, but so understanding that, I'll be as brief as possible here. We've got a great list of events this year. We're kicking off with the Project Hero cycling event at the VA Medical Center. That will be on Saturday, this Saturday. The VA is going to continue to be involved in things like the job fair on the 6th and a tailgate at the U of L football game at Papa John's Stadium on the 11th. The Kentucky Veteran of the Year banquet is returning on Monday, November 6th at the Brown Williamson Club, and we've added this year, we're crossing the river for the first time. Last year we added another city to us. This year we're crossing the river to the Indiana Veteran of the Year at the Grand in New Albany. That will be on Thursday the 9th. Bellarmine itself will have its event pulling in the veteran alumni and the veteran students for a meet and greet, and then also a documentary afterwards open to everyone. The African American Heritage Center this Sunday is going to have the 5th annual Masons and the Military Awards dinner and dance. Hospice Health is dedicating a new headquarters area on the 7th. The Tim Faulkner Gallery in Portland is the site for Dogs Helping Heroes, honoring first responders and veterans, and that will be on the 9th. There's a 22 push-up challenge at Wagner High School by the SMVF, and that is to promote awareness on the high incidence of veteran suicide. The VFW Post 2921 has really stepped up this year. It has several events ranging from the World War I 100th anniversary to a dinner and dance and USO benefit. Nearby Churchill Downs has joined us this year and with a Veterans Day at the races. And further out in time, there is an annual family food and fellowship dinner and the second annual Middletown Annual Night of Heroes at the Jefferson Community Center. Those will be on Friday and Saturday, the 17th and 18th. Rounding back, as the mayor pointed out, the highlight is always the parade. This is the 7th annual parade on Saturday, the 11th. It's always a great event, and my favorite part is seeing the restored military equipment, and I would say old military equipment, but it wasn't old when I first saw it. That will be running from 11 to 1 p.m., 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now, that ran through those events rather quickly, and there's no test. You don't have to memorize that, because in front of me, and possibly what was there, in front of me, we have a new app. The app is VCA Louisville, and it's on the Android and also the Apple website or stores. And this is a unique, first of its kind. The mayor's office, the VCAL, we've all pulled together to make this something very unique. So if a veteran is considering somebody transitioning out from active duty and they're looking for places to come, they download this app. This app right now is specifically for the Mayor's Week of Valor. It is listing all the events, everything that is going to happen. It also, if you go to those events, you click on directions, it will instantaneously give you a Google map, which will give you directions to drive there. The idea was, in doing this, is to make it something more. And what will be is a resource guide and also a rolling events of everything for the veterans throughout the year. The resource guide will provide a veteran coming into this area with knowledge of where the VA hospital is, any medical services, the mayor's offices, his Veterans Services area, any VSO, a Veterans Service Organization, housing, anything a veteran needs or would like to see, they will be able to go to this app. And we believe this is one of the first in the country to offer this service. So I think this is going to help, again, as the mayor says, bring in talented people and make this even a stronger community. So that's it. Thank you very much.
That's pretty impressive when you think about how all this has come together over the years, and we just keeps getting bigger every year and more people involved. So, Dr. Brown, thank you again for leading our effort on this. We're honored to serve with you. Now we're honored to be joined by two veterans who will share their stories about the compassionate community support that they received when seeking a new beginning here in Louisville. I'd first like to introduce Carolyn Furtick. She's a West Point graduate and retired Army captain. Welcome, Captain Furtick.
When I moved here in 2008, I had no idea what the community of Louisville would do for me, whether it be from friends, family, neighbors, school teachers, and schools I attended here to get graduate degrees. The community has been amazing. And had it not been for my mental health providers at the VA, including Tammy and Dr. Rafat El-Malik at the University of Louisville, I would not be standing here today in this manner talking to you. So thank you again to the community of Louisville, and I'm very impressed with the Week of Valor and what the city's doing. Thank you.
Thanks, Captain. I'd like to welcome Jo, her lesser half, I guess. You're the better half, so I hate to call you lesser half, but the other half, how about that? So thank you for your support as well. An amazing article, story about you, Captain, in the Courier Journal as well, that really lifted up all kinds of people in the community. So thank you so much for your leadership. Okay. Now we're going to hear another story from Michael Williams. Michael served in the Marine Corps as a younger man. Sorry about that. And he was honorably discharged following an injury. He went through some tough times and wound up homeless for a little while, but he was determined to connect with resources to get back on his feet. He is now a proud homeowner, thanks to our initiative to end veterans' homelessness. So, Michael, please share a few words with us. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm honored to be up here to represent the VA. They have done a lot for me, and I think I've been thinking all day today of how I'm gonna say this and how I'm gonna thank this community and the city of Louisville for what they have done for me. But I look back on it, and now I'm retired. I go to daycare. I work at a daycare with little kids, 3 and 4 and 5-year-old. They run me to death, but I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I enjoy it to the point where I'm giving back to the community, and I'm not stopped giving back to the community because I'm gonna give more. But then too, I'm a mentor in my church, and I'm a veteran too. But as far as being a vet, I did serve in the Marine Corps, and I was injured, but I still care about my unit and the men and the proud men that went before me, and then the men that's coming after me. So with that, I thank you and proud to be here.
All right. Well, that's what it's all about, each of us helping lift each other up. So in closing, I again want to ask everyone to participate in the Week of Valor, to honor vets like Carolyn and Michael and countless others, and to show our community's support for the contributions of all of our active duty military, veterans, and their families. One great way to do that is to line the streets on Saturday, November 11th, for our annual Veterans Day Parade. We got a special opportunity this year. Veterans Day falls on a Saturday. So it's a great opportunity to bring your kids, your grandkids, your scout troop to downtown Louisville and join in the festivities. One of the highlights every year is that JCPS brings a bunch of their students to participate. We won't be on a school day, but why this is needed is we want our younger citizens, the youngest generation, to understand who veterans are. They're their neighbors. They're their teachers. These are folks that have served our country. And again, a lot of our younger folks just don't know that. So this is a wonderful opportunity to really encourage everybody to come on downtown on November 11th, spend an hour to celebrate our veterans, celebrate your country, and it's something that we can all do as citizens. And if you're a veteran and want to take part in the parade on November 11th, you're welcome to. Please come. Every year, I see more and more Vietnam vets in the parade as well. What could be the year before, they weren't quite ready. That's what they'll tell me. And then next year, they're marching in the parade. And then each year, it keeps growing. So for Vietnam vets in particular, we want to honor and recognize you all in this parade as well. So please come on out. You can get information or email at louvetparade, LOUVETPARADE @gmail.com, and tell them you're a veteran and want to join the parade, and you better believe we will find you a spot. Okay, so we need each and every one of our veterans with us. And last, let me take a moment to say thank you to a few companies. Unfortunately, we've got to raise a lot of money in this office. The easiest group to raise money for by far is our veterans. People always step up. I want to say thank you to United Auto Workers, 862, and Ford Motor Company, who have joined Metro government as presenting sponsors of the Veterans Day Parade. And then thanks as well to Humana and Humana Military and UPS, along with all of our other sponsors for this year. We appreciate everybody helping us put this together. All right, so thanks everybody for coming out, and once again, thanks so much to our veterans and active military, and we look forward to seeing everybody throughout the Week of Valor. Any questions? All right, thanks everybody for coming. Take care.